And apparently she got a nickname as a child from the number of spankings she got from her father. So old Luella was a naughty little girl.
Yeah, sounds like it, yes. Hey, everybody out there. Welcome back to another episode of the Audiophiles. I am Andy, and that is John, and we are going to get together because John has got something in store for the lot of us. I'm going to go off and give that something a listen, and we're going to come back and discuss it. But before all that can take place, I need John to say what we're getting into. So who's the artist? What's the song, my friend?
Okay, so this is a cover version of a song.
Okay.
The song is very, very familiar, two versions especially. Sunshine of Your Love.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there's a special connection to this song. This is the first song I ever learned on bass. So it was one of those bass lines that when you hear it, you know it. And I grew up around classic rock, and I thought I didn't want to bite off more than I could chew, and I think I could, it's sort of like the smoke on the water for a guitarist. So I was like, okay, as a bass player, let me nail down Sunshine of Your Love. And you're right, there are two very popular versions of this song. I'm a fan of both artists who dabbled in it, but I'm assuming this isn't either of them. So what have you who is the person performing this, or the band performing this?
So the artist performing Sunshine of Your Love for your delectation is Spanky Wilson.
One of the Little Rascals covered this song?
No.
Okay. I'm not familiar with Spanky Wilson, but I will endeavor to give this cover a listen.
Yeah.
I can already tell this is going to be a fun rendition of a classic that I'm very familiar with. Those horns a-poppin' are just beautiful.
It's getting near dark, but night grows tired eyes. I'll soon be with you, my love, and give you my dose of pride. I'll be with you, darling, soon. I'll be with you when the stars start falling.
Voice.
I've been waiting so long to be where I'm going, in the sunshine of your love, love, love. Oh, baby, sunshine, sunshine of your love. Oh, 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 baby. I'm with you, my love. The light shining through on you. I'm with you, my love. It's the morning and just we two. I'll stay with you, darling, now. I'll stay with you till my seeds are dried up. I've been waiting so long.
Hold on, I know they just did it again, but I love that. It's almost like gunfire, the way they're hitting those notes. Love it. And her voice, I mean, I know I've said it a couple times, but man, now that I've got to pause, let me just say, she's got some pipes on her. Oh my goodness.
I'll stay with you till my seeds are dried
You're back from your visit with Madam Spanky.
Yeah, speaking of, if you said you're off to go listen to Spanky, I thought I was going to listen to some like 300-pound jazz fella like singing or something like that. Not I was not expecting a woman. I'll say that to be perfectly clear. I guess that's my own prejudice or stereotypes when I hear the name Spanky. But yeah, I was a bit taken aback at first when I heard her voice and saw her visage in the thumbnail. But yeah, this was first of all, it's great. It was awesome, really. It was this like slightly funky version of the drums kind of kick this thing off a little bit, which is obviously a little bit different. And there's this tinging of the ride cymbal. And it's so simple, but it like captured my attention. Like it was the through line on that drum beat that opened up that kept me coming back for more and bobbing my head. And then there was like these really nice snare and tom rolls before like these horns start coming in, and they're doing that musical riff, like that through line for the song that everyone is familiar with. And I loved that. And they were accented by this quickly strummed funk guitar. And that guitar actually reminded me of the guitar bits in like Papa's Got a Brand New Bag. Yeah, exactly. It was a little bit faster and not quite as long as it lasts in Papa's Got a Brand New Bag, but it was the same, cut from the same musical cloth, if you will. And so that it took me there, which is a kind of appropriate for the way this song was reinterpreted, like to throw, subtle, intentional or not, a nod to James Brown into this classic song that's being reimagined as like with some funk in it. It just makes all the sense in the world. So I really enjoyed that. And at this point, it's obvious as plain day that your girl Spanky has an incredible voice with so much attitude in it. And it's kind of like, it's raw, but it's controlled. So it's like this perfect balance of both purr and growl or roar, which I really, really enjoyed. And as the song progresses, the presence of the bass really comes to light. It's used judiciously rather than constantly. And as the song grows in length, the bass grows in importance. Like how integral it is to the song becomes something that grows as the song moves forward. And I was trying to, like, us and our horrible analogies and metaphors, our abused similes. I liken this cover to one of those classic jokes that start with X, Y, and Z walk into a bar. You know what I mean? Except the bar, but in this case, it's soul, funk, and jazz music walk into a rock bar. And the punchline is this song. Because it's all those things, but tackling a rock and roll tune. And I love how it turned out. I can't really underscore enough the tightness of these horns. They are like syncopated and fun and flashy. And I don't know how many there are, but it sounds like I want to say that there's trumpet and saxophone for sure used in this, from what I can hear. I don't know if there's how many there are, or if there's any other woodwind or horn instruments used, but they're all fucking terrific. And the original, as I stated in the intro, will always have like a special place in my heart because of how it connects to me being a musician. But this cover that I've never heard of or knew existed, I would say rivals it, and maybe in time I could even find myself begrudgingly admitting that it's better. But at first listen, I would say it definitely rivals the two versions of the song that I'm very familiar with, and I'll be listening to it again. So yeah, this is a great song, and I'm kind of just like in general kind of floored that I've never heard of Spanky Wilson, considering how good her voice is. And I don't know if this is a band that she tapped to do this with her, or if she always performed with this band or what have you. But you can answer some of those questions perhaps and expand a little bit more and fill in some blanks on this individual whom I've never heard of before, but I'm really intrigued by.
Yeah, okay, cool. It's a bit of a cult song, this. and she's not widely known at all. I first came across this song 20 odd years ago. I was down at Camden Lock, mooching around, eating overpriced street food and marveling at all the tat, and the occasional cool thing. And I walked past this shop that was like kind of like a mod revival shop, and it had all Lambretta scooters out the front, and models, the mannequins in the window that had cool 60s, like, plastic mini skirt dresses, the big mod Target symbol, and they had speakers hanging out, and this song was playing, and I was absolutely floored when I heard it.
I can imagine.
That's a really cool beat, and then suddenly she starts singing. Hang on a minute, that's Sunshine of Your Love, So
I know this dude.
And it took me a while to track it down, but I did, and I've enjoyed it ever since. I just think it's, like you say, it's a different version, and with it is a different mood. There's no doubting it's a classic song, and you cannot really argue with Hendrix' artistry in doing the song. But this is a different mood and a different take, and so it's cool. And there's not. I'll be honest with you, I did a bit of research, and there's not a lot of information on Spanky. Even the year she was born is in doubt. And it's not like it's that long ago. Right, I'll go into it. So Luella Spanky Wilson was born, it says, circa 1947. It could have been 1948 or 1946.
Thereabouts.
Ish. She's described as a soul, funk, and jazz vocalist, which clearly. Born in Philly, but she was raised in Pittsburgh, and apparently she got a nickname as a child from the number of spankings she got from her father. So old Luella was a naughty little girl.
Yeah, sounds like it, yes.
So Spanky started singing as a child, and it says here, and I couldn't find anything more, it says, after an early marriage, began performing in clubs aged 17. So she was married before she was 17. Now, I don't know if this is a Jerry Lee Lewis situation with a 13-year-old cousin or whatever, but,
right.
But anyway, she's doing all this, and she met this chap called H.B. Barnum, who apparently was an artist. I don't know much about him, but he was also a producer and arranger, and he was setting up his own record label. And so he got her on board, and he produced her first single in 1969. She released, and again, numbers aren't certain on this, around a dozen or so albums. Some of them are very sort of ish record labels that you won't find ever again. And then she featured with loads of other artists and was on compilations and stuff like that. She has shared the stage with soul and jazz musicians such as Mr. Marvin Gaye, Sammy Davis Jr., Nat Adderley, Cannonball's younger brother, Lalo Schifrin, and many others. She moved to France in 1985 and remarried, and then performed around Europe for quite a few years. Went over to UK, and then returned to California in 2000. And she brought out a couple more albums recording in California since then, sort of about 6-7 years apart. This track is from the fantastic Doing It album from 1969. And it is a blend, the album of soul, jazz, funk, and a bit of R&B and a bit of blues as well. She does a decent cover of Light My Fire, but it feels like around that time every other person was doing a cover of Light My Fire. There's just legion, the numbers. When
did she do the cover of The Doors?
It's 69. Yeah, I think it came out in 70, the album, but yeah, it was done in 69, and I think it's a different time. Okay. So yeah, so it wasn't even dead.
That's the one thing that's kind of sticking out to me, right? Is like, usually, and this isn't always the case, I realize that, but usually someone lets a song breathe for a little bit before it gets reimagined. And we have Cream, Hendrix, and this version of the song all having to come out almost like 1 year after the other or thereabouts.
Yeah.
Because of like the original release date of the song and then the first cover. And then I would imagine this is the third famous-ish iteration of it being covered. So yeah, that's a lot. You don't normally see that so often, especially in such quick succession.
That. I know. I kind of know around the time. I mean, I don't know when Sunshine of Your Love came out. 67, I'm guessing.
I would have, if you put a gun to my head, I would have said 67, and then I would have said the next would have been the next year or 69 or something like that. You know what I mean?
Well, Hendrix did a version, didn't he, live on TV?
Yeah,
the Lulu show, where he says, "Oh, we were going to play Hey Joe or something. It was not this. We're going to best band in the world just broke up today, so I'm going to do this."
Yeah,
and then they wanted to ban him from TV after he did that because they weren't happy that he wasn't following orders.
yes, they wanted their song.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I've got an extract here from a review on the website Funk My Soul, which is a great name for a website. I wonder what they specialize in. And it does confirm here, Spanky got a nickname for the punishment her father dealt out to her in her presumably naughty childhood. It says here, the yelps must have been heard in the next town with that dynamic, booming voice she owns.
Really.
Clear and sweet, it makes short and occasionally screechy, it says, actually. It makes short work in lassoing and owning a song. You can almost imagine the rosy puffed cheeks of the horn section struggling to compete with Spanky in the recording room at Paramount Studios. Sunshine of Your Love is an apparent cult favourite, presumably because it distances itself so much from Cream's supreme version. Given a sparse, stabbing funk arena, Spanky ducks and jabs with great expertise as she attacks the version with some finesse, single-handedly saving it from mediocrity. Well, you snooty fuck. I don't think it's that bad, but oh dear, perhaps he didn't do it in a key he liked. Anyway, but yeah, it's interesting on somebody else's stuff. Do I need to go over the lyrics? I've got them if you want me to.
Feel free. I mean, I know them, but I mean, for those out there listening,
I do like the way they deconstructed the song, and obviously where they mimic the guitar with the horn section is fantastic. But the sort of the rhythm to it and the way she scans the lines is really nice. And as you said, she has certain attitude in certain lines, words, the way she sings them. Bit of sass to it, which is great. It's getting near dawn, but night grows their tired eyes. I'll soon be with you, my love, and give you my dull surprise. I'll be with you soon, darling, soon. I'll be with you when the stars start falling. I've been waiting so long to be where I'm going, in the sunshine of your love, love, love. Oh, baby, sunshine of your love. Oh, baby. I'm with you, my love. The lights are shining through on you. I'm with you, my love. It's the morning and just we two. I'll stay with you now, darling, now. I'll stay with you till my seas are dried up. I've been waiting so long to be where you're going. To where I'm going, sorry, in the sunshine of your love, love, love. And then there's that lovely sax, definitely sax solo.
So good.
I've been waiting for so long to be where I'm going, in the sunshine of your love, love, love. I'm with you, my love, the light's shining through on you. I'm with you, my love. It's the morning and just we two. I'll stay with you, darling, now. I'll stay with you till my seas are dried up. Oh, yeah. I've been waiting so long to be where I'm going, in the sunshine of your love, love, love. There you go. Yeah, so I just thought this was a cool, cultish type version that fingers crossed you hadn't heard, and it turns out you hadn't. And it's one of those ones which you can keep in the bank and surprise people with when they're coming around the corner and can't see you. So like, no, it is. It's a cool one. It's a cool one to put on, like when you got pies and stuff, or mixtapes or whatever.
Oh no,
because they recognise the song, but they may not have heard this version, and it's a fun party type version song, you know. So yeah.
No, I'm super stoked that you turned me on to it. I'm glad I've been able to hear this woman's voice too, because that was a real treat for me. real throwback kind of voice. And I loved that.
Yeah,
I love that it wasn't as like polished. If you say something's
Yeah.
not polished, some people say that that's like or infer that there's an insult to be had in there or intended, but it's not at all. In fact,
no,
overly polished seems too plastic or manufactured or contrived. This is like perfect in its imperfections. And I love it. It's got so much grit and attitude to it, and she absolutely killed this goddamn song. The horns are great. The idea of robbing, taking some spotlight off the guitar and removing it from the sort of instrumentation and the composition of the reimagining of the song, and putting the weight of that on the horn section is great. Reimagining bits of the bass work in this. No more do 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 do. It's not that. That's not it. It's this other thing altogether.
Yeah.
And as a bass player, like who is keenly aware of this bass line for all the reasons I said before, and was listening for it, said, it made me go, oh my God, this is so cool how she, whomever fucking reimagined the whole bass line to this track, and a lot of what the guitar was doing too. So yeah, this is big winner for me. Like I said, I'm not bullshitting you. I'm going to listen to it again. And I am going to show it to some people too. I'm actually really interested to hear if my old man has ever heard this cover, because he's the one that got me listening to Cream and Hendrix and all the other guys around that time.
It makes you think there must be other versions of other songs out there. They weren't just these people doing this. There must have been studios up and down the land. So let's do a jazz funk version of, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, or, Bridge Over Troubled Water or something. And there will be varying degrees of success, but I bet you there's some hidden gems out there somewhere.
Oh, yeah. No question.
But anyway,
and
yeah.
Also, it's cool just for people to experiment, even if they fail. It's better than just doing it chord for chord. Song, everything is the same. It's
what's the point?
Some of those are
practice, but yeah.
But I really love when they totally take something apart and put it back together, and it's a completely different thing when they do.
Cool.
So
just to say, I've got the album digitally, but on vinyl, it's been a bit of a it's pricey. But apparently they're re-releasing it, or have re-released it, so I might pick up I believe that the aforementioned H.B. Barnum arranged most of the stuff on this album, so give him credit. I think he arranged this probably. Okay. And if he did, hats off, because it's a great arrangement. Cool. Well, I will wrap things up. Thanks for listening, Andy. Folks out there, thanks for listening as well. Let us know what you think. Are you fond of this funked up version, or do you prefer Clapton et al. Or Hendrix? I think everybody should get a bit spanky now and then, but that's just me. Drop some comments, tell us what you think. Hit the like button, and if you haven't subscribed already, please do, and there will be some sunshine in your life as well.
And no spankings
unless you order it on those very specialist apps. That being said, thanks again so much for watching, and we will see all of you through the round window on the next episode of the Audiophiles.
See you later, guys.